According to Millie Bobby Brown, David Harbour was bullying and harassing her on the set of Stranger Things, which caused them to do an internal investigation into this whole accusation before Stranger Things 5 even started filming.
There are no formal charges. The police are not involved. It was an internal complaint, but there are rumors that there are dozens and dozens of specific allegations inside this report.
After dropping over $400 million on the final season of Stranger Things, Netflix is reportedly in panic mode. Word on the street is that Millie Bobby Brown filed a complaint against her co-star David Harbour, accusing him of bullying and harassment on set, and fans are losing it. Nobody expected this twist, especially not David. He's already been catching heat from multiple angles lately, but this just made things worse. According to inside leaks, Millie's issues with David got so intense that she allegedly had to bring a representative on set just to keep things professional and make sure she felt safe around him. That's wild. Now here's what's important. Every report so far is saying none of Millie's complaints were intimate or inappropriate. So no, there's nothing creepy being alleged here. The two have been working together for years. Since 2016, when Millie was just 12 years old and David was 41. Over the years, he's talked publicly about being super protective of her, kind of like a big brother or mentor figure. But clearly, something's changed, and fast. People are asking what could have gone down behind the scenes to turn their bond so sour. Was it tension from long shooting days? Personality clashes? Or maybe the pressure of wrapping up one of Netflix's biggest shows ever? And honestly, that $400 million budget is insane. Like, that's the kind of money that could fix half the world's problems. So it's no wonder Netflix doesn't want fans focusing on this messy behind-the-scenes drama. They're trying to control the narrative before it explodes, but it might already be too late.
There are no formal charges. The police are not involved. It was an internal complaint, but there are rumors that there are dozens and dozens of specific allegations inside this report. Also, this internal report was filed ahead of filming the final season of Stranger Things when Millie Bobby Brown was about 19 or 20 years old, which means that a lot of the harassing and bullying had to happen in previous seasons before that, when Millie Bobby Brown was likely a minor or at best a very young girl.
What's wild about this whole situation is that the investigation didn't come from outsiders. It was handled internally by Netflix. And get this, it reportedly went on for months. They didn't just jot down a few notes either. Insiders say the company produced a massive document packed with pages and pages of details. That means whatever went down between Millie Bobby Brown and David Harbour wasn't some quick misunderstanding. It sounds like a pattern of tension that kept building up over time. From what's been leaked, Millie actually filed her complaints before season 5 even started filming, sometime around January 2024. So all of this drama was already boiling before cameras even rolled. The documents apparently list multiple incidents centered on bullying and harassment, which makes people wonder, why would a grown man nearly twice Millie's age act that way towards someone he's known since she was a kid? It just doesn't make sense. And let's not ignore how awkward that must have been on set. Imagine trying to act out emotional scenes with someone you just reported to HR. The tension had to be thick enough to cut with a knife. And to make things even more shocking, Millie reportedly had her own personal representative on set. Basically someone who acted like a mix between a lawyer and a security guard.
According to Millie Bobby Brown, David Harbour was bullying and harassing her on the set of Stranger Things, which caused them to do an internal investigation into this whole accusation before Stranger Things 5 even started filming. Now, these allegations do not say that there was any sexual misconduct, so don't get it twisted there, thank God. Given, his issues with women and that, we so far do not know the outcome of the investigation, not even sure if that's going to be made public, so we don't know what they turned up about this. Obviously, he wasn't fired because he's going to be in the next season of Stranger Things, or the last season, thank God.
Their whole job was to keep an eye on David and make sure boundaries were respected. That's not something you see every day on a Netflix set. Now, some fans are speculating that a chunk of that $400 million budget went toward this private investigation. And honestly, that wouldn't be surprising. Legal teams, confidentiality agreements, internal reviews, none of that comes cheap. And what's really ironic, David's always gone on record talking about how protective he felt toward Millie. He even said on a podcast once, Millie and I have always had a special relationship because I knew her when she was so young. I have a real protective feeling for her. But now, that same bond he bragged about might be exactly what's tearing them apart. Now, social media is completely split down the middle over this situation. One comment said, "If you didn't hear it from Millie, I don't believe it." While another person jumped in like, "I didn't say she lied. I'm saying whoever wrote the article did." The debate is getting heated. Some fans are convinced the story's fake. Others think it's just being downplayed by the media to protect reputations. But here's the thing. There are now multiple reports popping up online. It's not just one outlet stirring the pot. Sure, the Daily Mail was the first to drop the story, but now you can find a whole wave of media sites picking it up. So even if some people say the Daily Mail isn't reliable, this time they had the exclusive scoop, and it looks like others are now backing it up. Honestly, this is where it gets tricky, because Hollywood has a long history of keeping scandals quiet until the damage control team steps in. It's almost like there's an invisible shield protecting certain stars. Every time a big name gets caught up in controversy, the story somehow fades, and everyone moves on like nothing happened. That's power and money doing what it does best. Some fans are saying they believe the story 100%. Others are calling it exaggerated. But when that many reports start aligning, something's definitely up. Whether it's being blown out of proportion or kept under wraps, one thing's for sure. This isn't going away anytime soon. Now the focus is shifting, and this time, the Duffer Brothers are catching serious heat. Fans online are calling them out for allegedly forcing Millie Bobby Brown to keep working alongside David Harbour, even after she filed her complaints. People are saying the showrunners knew exactly what was going on, but instead of stepping in, they kept the cameras rolling. That's got everyone wondering if Netflix and the Duffer Brothers chose profit over protection. Remember, Millie's formal complaint was reportedly filed before season 5 even started, which means every major player, producers, execs, and even the directors, would have been fully aware of her concerns before filming kicked off. So why didn't anyone step in to make changes? Why was David still on set acting like nothing happened?
David Harbour had said over the years while working with Millie Bobby Brown that he felt like he had to protect her because she was the child on the show at the time. They're all adults now, but she was a child on the show at the time, and he felt as though it was his basic duty to basically guide her throughout these series. And now that she's 21 and married, I'm curious about what is going on with this harassment suit. Now, they stated that David Harbour, who recently got divorced from his wife, Lily Allen, who I didn't even know he was married to her, had got divorced from her. People had stated, this is alleged, that his behavior had been kind of strange since the divorce.
Some crew members have hinted that the atmosphere behind the scenes got so tense that it felt like walking on eggshells. Millie, being the face of the show, couldn't exactly walk away without it making headlines, and David, being a longtime part of the core cast, was practically untouchable, so everyone had to just act, literally and figuratively. Fans are now saying that Netflix's obsession with keeping Stranger Things on schedule might have made them ignore the emotional toll this took on Millie. And honestly, with a $400 million budget, it's not surprising they wanted to avoid delays or recasting drama. But this situation is sparking a bigger conversation about how Hollywood often protects its moneymakers while the ones dealing with the stress are left to fend for themselves. Some are defending the Duffer Brothers, claiming they were caught between studio pressure and cast loyalty. Others think they should have taken stronger action, even if it meant pushing back filming. Either way, it's clear that this isn't just a workplace issue. It's becoming a full-blown Hollywood scandal. It's going to be really interesting to see how Millie Bobby Brown and David Harbour's on-screen chemistry looks this season. Because if they can still pull off those emotional scenes without a hint of tension, then that's some next-level acting. One fan even said, if they're really great actors, we won't even be able to tell there's beef behind the scenes. But others aren't buying it. One viral comment called it a concerning writing choice to force Millie and David to share so much screen time together, especially after she allegedly filed a harassment claim against him. That fan added, it explains why Millie's been so distant from the show ever since season 4 ended. And honestly, that theory has people talking. Because when you look back, she really has been quieter about Stranger Things lately. What's also wild is that Netflix is keeping completely silent about the whole investigation. They've refused to make any official statement, claiming it's an internal matter, but the fact that they haven't denied it at all, that speaks volumes. When something this major hits the internet and a company says nothing, it usually means there's some truth buried in there somewhere. Meanwhile, David Harbour seems to be holding strong, and surprisingly, he's got his ex-wife, Lily Allen, backing him up. Insiders say Lily was aware of the tension on set during their marriage and still decided to stand by him. That's shocking, considering she literally released an album called West End Girl, where she took shots at David and blamed him for wrecking their marriage. How's that for a plot twist? Now, some people think Lily's sudden support might be damage control or just a way to smooth over her own public image. Others believe she knows more about the situation than fans realize. Either way, the mix of old drama, new allegations, and Hollywood silence has turned this into one of Netflix's most chaotic behind-the-scenes messes ever. And with the final season of Stranger Things being one of the most anticipated TV events of the decade, Netflix definitely doesn't want this controversy stealing the spotlight, but it already has. Now things are getting even messier, because there are some new allegations floating around about Lily Allen, too. Fans are demanding a deep dive video to break down everything connected to this chaos. And honestly, it might be one of the wildest breakdowns yet. People want answers, and fast. But all eyes are now on the Stranger Things Season 5 premiere, which drops November 26th. Everyone's wondering what the press run is going to look like. Will Millie Bobby Brown even show up for interviews? Will she keep it cool? Or will she avoid all the awkwardness completely? One thing's for sure. We probably won't be seeing Millie and David posing together on any red carpets like before. The tension between them is just too heavy right now. And seriously, this is not a good moment for David Harbour. If I were his publicist, I'd be losing sleep. Between his ex-wife's shady lyrics and Millie's leaked complaint, the man's reputation is hanging by a thread. Some insiders claim that David's behavior allegedly shifted right after his divorce, and people are starting to say he wasn't in a good mental space during that time. That might explain some of his attitude changes, but it doesn't excuse what's being said about him. Social media is going off right now. One person commented, "Did not see this coming." Reality really is upside down, which is a clever nod to the Stranger Things world. Another fan said, "Another crybaby. Thanks, Bobby, for taking the women's movement back years." And then there's someone else asking, "I assume you know what actually happened. Tell the rest of us, please." The internet is buzzing with mixed opinions, theories, and side-taking. Even celebrities are starting to engage. Apparently, Jennifer Coolidge liked a post about the drama, and fans are losing their minds wondering if she has her own story about David. That little double tap just added even more fuel to an already raging fire. This whole situation is spinning faster than anyone expected, and Netflix is definitely trying to keep things quiet. But you can't hide this kind of storm for long. Let me know what you think about all this chaos in the comments. Do you believe Millie's complaints? Do you think David's getting unfairly dragged? Drop your thoughts below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more of these wild celebrity scandals. And when you're done here, make sure you click the next video that's about to pop up, because the next story is even crazier. David Harbour's publicist must be in full panic mode right now, because this situation just keeps getting worse. People online are joking, turns out Harbour really is like Papa. And while it's meant to be funny, it also shows how fans are connecting his on-screen personality with all this off-screen drama. The memes are rolling in non-stop. But behind the jokes, there's real tension building up. One person commented, "Lily Allen and Millie Bobby Brown need to do a TikTok collab." And honestly, that would break the internet. But the bigger conversation isn't about that. Fans are side-eyeing the fact that Netflix spent $400 million on just 8 episodes while letting this kind of chaos unfold on set. People are saying they'll still watch Stranger Things, but they've officially lost respect for David. One viral comment even said, "No one's gonna like the dude, that is so strange." Others are dragging the age gap dynamic, calling out, "Isn't he old enough to be her granddad? He just can't stand successful women." That's the part that's getting attention. Many fans believe David might have an issue with powerful women, especially considering his past relationships. And while not all details are public, there's been whispers about his ex-girlfriend, which we can't get into here, but the rumors alone are enough to raise eyebrows. It's wild how quickly this story has spiraled, from a workplace dispute to a full-blown Hollywood meltdown. And honestly, it's not just fans talking. Some insiders say Netflix's PR team is already bracing for more leaks before the premiere even hits. Maybe all it takes is a little push from you guys. Just a quick nudge like, "Hey, don't take the channel down," because it really feels like some people behind the scenes are trying hard to silence this story. The stress from it all is unreal, but that's not stopping the truth from coming out. Now, with all this chaos between Millie Bobby Brown, David Harbour, and even Lily Allen creeping into the mix, things are only going to get messier as the premiere date gets closer. The drama is deep, the stakes are high, and everyone in Hollywood is watching to see who cracks first. But that's all for today's video. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next, because this story isn't over yet. And when you're done here, click the next video that's about to pop up on your screen. Trust me, you're gonna want to see this next round of celebrity chaos and secrets.